Welcome back for the Angular course. In this video, we are going to learn about how to install Angular CLI and how to create Angular application. Right? For that, I am going to our project folder. Let's type cmd and go to the command prompt. Here we have to install. First, we need to install Node.js. Then we have to use npm install command to install the Angular CLI, right? Installing from the npm, we have to install Node.js. I have already installed Node.js. If you are not installed, you can install from the nodejs.org. Here you can find the Node.js installation file from this website. Right? Now I am going to install the Angular CLI. For that we have to use npm space install -g. We want to install the Angular CLI globally, so that we have to use -g. Then from Angular, we are going to install the Angular CLI. We can specify the version by using @ symbol. We can specify at 13. The 13 version of Angular will be installed, or else we can specify 16, or else we can specify latest. So if we specify latest, the current version will be installed. Okay. Now hit enter. It will install Angular client. Okay. Now we can check the version by using ng version. Okay. This is our version, that is 16.2. Then version of the Node.js is 18. Now how to create a Angular project? For that we have to use ng command and the keyword new, then our project name. Okay. If you are new to my channel, kindly go through the Node.js Express server creation, so that I am using the same server for the AngularJS. The student application is going to be used as a client application. That client will interact with the Node.js application. I am going to create ng new ng student client. I am going to create a project with the name ng student client. Hit enter. It will ask the style sheet, which style sheet method we are going to use. We always use the CSS format, so I am going to hit enter. Okay. Now it will start the creation of our project. This ng new command will create the Angular project with needed dependencies, needed file structure. This ng new command will create the bunch of files for our project with the name ng student client. Now I am going to that folder, that is ng student client. Just type ng serve. How to compile and run our project? By using the ng space serve. Already we have one project is running. Already the port number is in use. I am going to give yes, so that it will create with the different port number. Now our project is compiling and building some files. See here, wonder.js, polyfiles.js, styles.css, main.js, runtime.js. These files are compiled. Now we can access that in this port number. Go to the browser. I am going to paste it here. Our Angular project is running, right? This is our Angular front end, that is client application. I am going to open the VS Code. In the file menu, I am going to click add folder to workspace. Then in the project we have created ng student client. So we have bunch of files. Now I am going to choose that file and click open. Now we have our files. Okay, these are the files will be created during the ng new command. We will see about the file structure of this Angular project. We will start from the node module. This node module file is the responsible to hold the third-party libraries. It will hold all the third-party libraries needed for our project. Okay. In the development process, we need this node module folder. Whenever we are going to deploy it, we don't want this node module folder. Okay. You can ask me, without node module folder, how can the Angular project will understand what are the third parties needed during the deployment? That will be taken care by the package.json. Okay. Now I am going to delete this file, node module folder. Okay. The file is deleted. See here. Now I am going to the terminal. Here I am going to give a command npm install. Okay. Now the node module folder is created. See here, the node module folder is created with the help of package.json. The package.json is responsible to have the third-party libraries. See here, in the package.json we have the what are the dependencies for our project, what are the development dependencies. Okay, so these are the dependencies are important for our project. These are the dependencies which are needed to develop our project. Okay. Now another important folder is angular.json. This is the file will have the all the configurations belongs to our project. Okay. See here, this is the index which is the our starting HTML. Then this is the main, which is the main file, which is the entry point for our application, that is main.ts. Okay, for many programming language we have main method. Likewise we have the main.ts is the entry point for our project. Next we have styles. So these styles will be applied globally to our project. Okay, we can specify the global styles in the styles.css. Then we have package lock.json. This is the file. It will maintain the version, a proper version for the library. Okay, responsible to keep the versions of the library dependencies. Okay, this is the git ignore. Here we can ignore what are the folders we don't want during the deployment. See here, as I told, the node module folder is not required for the deployment, so that we can remove. When we are uploading to the git repository, we don't want this node module folder. Okay, so that it will be ignore this folder while uploading. Okay. Then editor configure file. This file holds the editor information. One project may be handled by multiple developers. These files will be used so that the developers will follow the standards, rules, regulations for developing these projects. This file will be handled by the project manager, not by the developer. Okay. Then we have TypeScript configuration file. This file having the settings to convert the TypeScript to JavaScript. By using these settings only, this Angular project will convert the TypeScript code into JavaScript code that can be understood by the browser. Then we have the source folder. This is the important folder for our project. So whatever component we are creating, we will have our code inside the source folder. Okay. Inside the source folder, we have app component. So every Angular project will have the one component, one module. Okay. Automatically, whenever we are creating Angular project, this Angular will create the app module, app component, and the corresponding app module. Remember that for every Angular project, we have a single component and the one module file. Okay. Then in the app component, we have the app component.css, which will have the styles for applying the app component.html. Okay. The CSS which are defined in the app component.cs, that will be applied only to the app component.html. Then app component.spec.css. This is used to unit testing. We don't want to worry about this now. Then we have app component.ts. Here we will define the app component class, and then we will decorate with the at component. This app is an component, so that we will decorate that with the at component decorator, right? In the module folder, we will define all the modules which are used for our project. Then we have assets folder. This assets folder have the files that are accessible publicly. Which are the files need to be accessed publicly, we can put into that folder. Then we have index.html. This is the file will render in our browser. So here we have app root tag. That app root tag will be came from this app component.ts. Here we have the selector app root. Then we have styles.cs. Will apply the styles globally. Okay. When we are specifying the styles inside the styles.css, this will be applied all the directories. Okay. When we are specifying the app component.css, these styles will be applied only to the app component.html, not for the other components or other directories. But if we define the styles inside styles.css, that will be applied all the components. Okay. In the app module.css, whatever modules we are going to use, that will be defined inside this app module.ts file. That will be applied all the child component of this application. Okay. Whatever component we are creating, that will be created inside the app component. Okay. This is about this lecture. In the next lecture, we will see how to edit, how to work with the Angular project. Thank you everyone.